Welcome, everyone. I'm here in Arizona right now. Um, so I'd love to invite you to do some movement with me today. And if you want to do this sitting in a chair, that's totally fine. If you're super tired and you don't want to move today, that's also fine. Obviously, always listen to what your body's needing in any given moment. Um, So we're just going to begin with a very simple technique that I think is very helpful from Qigong that helps to clear energy. I've done it many times on this meditation. And adjust the phone a little bit. Okay. So you're going to stand with your feet about hip width apart. These are bent, soft, and palms will face upward to begin. Um, so you're going to begin to breathe in, and as you breathe in, the arms raise during the entire inhale, so that at the top of the inhale, your belly is pushed out and lungs are full. And then as you breathe out, hands come down in front of your face. You're still breathing out. Hands are coming down in front of your body, breathing out. And imagining that the hands are sort of energetically scanning the body for any stuck energy, anything that's not yours. And when the hands get to the bottom, you're just going to shake them out. And some people can feel or see energy. I'm not one of those people, but this technique comes from Qigong. And the idea is that you're moving energy down your body, releasing any blockages, and then you're releasing this energy into the ground. So you can use your imagination. Maybe you're somebody who can see or feel energy, and then you're very welcome to, use those superpowers. But if you can't, don't worry about it. I can't either. I'm just imagining it. So bending the knees again, palms face up. And then this inhale part, you're imagining that you're gathering the sunlight, you're gathering goodness, gathering divine energy, whatever you want to imagine it as. And then as your hands come down, you're raining this beautiful, pure energy into your crown. And so energy is coming in and you're breathing out anything that's stuck. On the exhale, as your hands move down the body, and then you shake them out again. So bending the knees, breathing in peace, breathing in love, breathing in goodness. And as you begin to breathe out, this love and sunlight rains down on your head, moves through the body, cleansing, purifying, clearing anything that's no longer needed. And you shake the hands out. So now we're going to do that together, and I'm not going to be talking. We'll do 3 in a row. And then at the end of that, arms will come out. And what you're doing is you're sort of imagining, there is this auric field that surrounds each one of us. Again, I'm not somebody who can see it, but I know people who can. And you're just imagining that your arms come out to about where your energy field goes out to. Maybe it's out here, maybe it's here. And again, this is just your imagination, and you're imagining a color. Imagining a color surrounding this bubble all the way around you, kind of an egg-shaped bubble. I often like to imagine turquoise, but you can imagine whatever color you want. Just imagine that you're basking in your own pure energy. You've cleared out anything that's not yours. You've welcomed in all the goodness, all the sunlight, and you're just basking in this easeful, light energy. And then after that, you're going to place one hand below your belly button, the other hand on top of it, bending the knees, feeling that center of your body, that center of gravity, center of power, feeling yourself centered, breathing into the center, belly expands, breathing out, belly softens, feeling the stability of you in this moment, in this body. Your feet grounded on the earth. Good. And shaking it out. So now we're going to do that whole thing, but I'm not going to be saying very many words just so that you can really focus on your inner experience of inviting in the energy, inviting in the sunlight, pure energy, breathing out. Sunlight energy comes into your body, releases anything you don't need, and then you'll shake it out. We'll do that 3 times. And then we'll go through the end part, like I described already. So go at your own pace and beginning to breathe in. Closing your eyes if you wish, really tuning into your own experience. And you've done the 3 complete breath cycles, shaking it out, and then allowing your hands to expand to where you might imagine this egg-shaped energetic field around you, perhaps turquoise or some other color light surrounding you, basking in pure light energy, breathing it in. One hand under the belly, other hand over top of it, the dantian, breathing into that low belly, knees bent, feeling the stability of your own feet rooting you in the ground, feeling the center of your gravity and power in the belly, grounded and stable in this moment. And then I'd invite you to just open your eyes to just a barely open so that you're still very inwardly focused, not necessarily looking at me. Your eyes are barely open, just beginning to move your body, maybe even just the simplicity of shifting very slowly from one foot to the other. Just this very, very slow shifting of weight. One foot and then the other. Maybe combining it with breath so that you're breathing in, shifting to one foot, breathing out, shifting to the other foot. Tuning into the body. Tuning into the breath. And then finding stillness, imagining you're like a tree rooted in the earth. Knees are slightly bent. Tuck your chin slightly and imagine that the crown of your head can extend towards the sky, feeling the spine elongate, maybe even lifting the arms overhead if that feels good. Again, listening to your body, what it wants, imagining breathing in sunlight through the crown, breathing in deeply into the belly. Maybe a slight back bend if that's good for your body. Really getting big, feeling the body be big, reaching towards the sky like a tree. And eventually letting the arms come down, beginning to do some gentle shoulder rolls, moving the shoulders in one direction, nice and slow, and then shifting and moving the shoulders in the other direction. Again, the invitation is to stay very inwardly focused. And then while you're really tuning into what does this body need right now? What does your body need right now? Just moving in whatever ways you're needing this body to move, stretch. Listening to the impulse of the body to move in a certain way. Could be very small micro movements. Gradually coming back to stillness, feeling your feet on the ground, tucking the chin slightly, bending the knees, feeling the crown of the head, and imagining that you can breathe in through the crown, almost like a whale with a blowhole, breathing in through the crown, breathing into the heart, imagining sunlight energy filling the heart. And then as you breathe out, the sunlight diffuses through your body, glowing like water, lighting up every cell with sunlight energy, moving through the body, all the way down to your feet, bottom of the spine, and then imagining that roots are growing out of the bottom of your feet if you're standing. If you're sitting, imagining a root, a tap root growing out of the bottom of your spine, connecting you to the earth. And as you breathe in again through the crown, breathing into the heart, sunlight energy fills the heart, and then breathing out and down and through the body, through the taproot of the spine, through the roots of the legs, down through the feet and into the earth, deeply connecting you with the earth. Do that one more time quietly. And then slowly beginning to move, gradually coming into whatever posture you want to be in for meditation. Maybe it's laying, maybe it's sitting down, Maybe you want to stay standing. Any posture is fine. Just really listening to what your body needs in this moment on this day. And as you move and find your spot, staying inwardly focused, noticing the micro movements that are involved in coming into a seated or lying down posture, and beginning to notice your breath. Notice your breath. And then noticing what parts of your body are contacting the ground, or what parts of your body are contacting the chair. You're laying down, noticing all the points of contact along the back or side body as you lay down. And if you're sitting on the ground, noticing all the points of contact of your lower body with the ground, with your legs. You're sitting in a chair, noticing the points of contact with the backs of the thighs, the buttocks, low spine, mid back. And imagining that your energy can lean back. Imagine that you can surrender a little bit more to gravity. Notice as you breathe in, the belly expands in all directions. The chest wall expands. The entire body moves as you breathe in. So just tune into the in breath for now and notice how the body expands in all directions and moves as you invite in the breath. Shoulders rise slightly. There's a slight expansion in the hip bones. Chest wall expands in all directions. You might notice a slight movement of your legs with the in breath. Now shifting your awareness to focus on the out breath. So the in breath is obviously still happening. The body is still expanding. But now notice how the body softens. There's an inward movement. There's a softening. The shoulders move downward a little bit. See if you can tune into a softening of the face, inviting and leaning into how the body is already softening. And you can sort of like lean into it or exaggerate the letting go, the releasing that happens quite naturally with the out breath. Imagining that all the muscles and fascia, connective tissue in your body can melt with the out breath. We're not forcing anything, we're just using our imagination here. Tuning into the breath. And now releasing the particular focus that you were having on the out breath and just allowing the awareness of the in and the out breath. Maybe it's easiest for you to be aware of your breathing at the tip of your nose or the back of the throat. Maybe for you today, you're observing the breath as it expands the chest and the chest softens. Or maybe for you, you prefer to be aware of how the belly expands with the in breath and softens with the out breath. You're just picking a spot, or maybe you're somebody who really enjoys feeling the full expansion of the entire body as we breathe in and the entire softening or letting go with the exhale. So, whatever it is for you, picking a spot or the entire body, tuning into the sensations of breathing as your anchor to the present moment. When the mind wanders, no biggie, that's what the mind does. Bring it back again and again to the sensations of breath, all the other things that are moving, the thoughts, the emotions, the body sensations. You don't have to block them out. They're all welcome in your present moment experience. It's just like you're also aware of the breath. And if the thoughts or emotions or beliefs or whatever pull you out of noticing the breath, then you just simply gently, noticing if there's a criticism in the way that you're coming back to the breath, seeing if you can soften that, trying to be non judgmental about it. This is how meditation goes. We wander, we come back. It's just how it works. So there's no problem with the wandering. And there's no problem with there being other things in your experience, like thoughts, like body sensations, emotions. We're noticing everything in our experience. And the breath is sort of like a tether to the present moment. It keeps you coming back because thoughts can really pull us out of the present moment. They can have us going into the future. They can have us going into the past with regret. Emotions really can pull us out of the present moment. So see if you can notice things also at the level of body sensation. If you're having emotions today or thoughts, see, are there body sensations connected? Use this time to just observe and notice, witness what's going on inside you. You don't have to make anything go away. You don't need to fix or change anything. You don't need to be zen. You don't need to be clear and calm. Just be with however you are right now and notice it. If you're angry, notice, what is anger like? What does it feel like in my body? And you can use the breath as this way to rest a little bit, sort of like this swaying, a hammock, the in and the out. It's reliable, it's consistent. And rest your mind in it. Let's practice together in that way. For the remaining 15 or 20 minutes that we have. Just being with yourself and seeing if you can bring also the element of compassion, also the element of, oh, okay, kindness, kindness towards yourself. Maybe you're having some aches or pains. Maybe your act of compassion to yourself is to place your hand on your lower back, breathing in a sense of softness, a sense of care, a sense of, I care about you to this part of your body. Maybe you are experiencing heartache. Maybe put your hand on your heart. You breathe in a sense of, this is hard. I'm sorry you're going through this. Practicing compassion towards oneself naturally leads to compassion out in the world. And most of us have the hardest time with self compassion. Let's really practice self compassion today, noticing if the mind is being hard on itself or hard on you, seeing if you can bring in more softness, more care, more, I'm sorry, this is hard right now. Whatever you can say to yourself that feels true, so maybe I love you, saying I love you to yourself. Maybe that feels good, and maybe that feels like too much of a stretch for you today. So maybe I care about you, or I'm listening. Maybe you're just saying, I'm listening to your body, to your being. Maybe you don't need words. Maybe you use your hands to express care to yourself in this moment. Again and again, noticing the sensations of breathing while all the other phenomena move like clouds through the sky of awareness. And if it's hard to access self compassion, maybe you do it with your imagination by breathing in, imagining that you can breathe in sunlight, either into your entire body or your heart, or perhaps a specific part of the body, just breathing in warmth, breathing in sunlight. Soothing whatever part of your being needs nurturing. Simply becoming aware of your moment to moment experience, utilizing the breath as this tether to the present moment, while all the phenomena of being a human move through your consciousness, all of it's welcome. And notice the breath, feel the breath, be in the sensation of breath. Noticing your own inner tone of voice when you become aware that you don't have awareness of the breath. Is the inner voice critical, harsh, perfectionistic? If yes, it's okay. Notice that. And then see if you can soften your tone with yourself. See if you can come into something that's softer, gentler, more like imagining redirecting a puppy or a toddler that's wandered off. You're just sort of taking yourself by the hand, gently guiding yourself back into the next breath. Doesn't have to be sharp or abrupt. That usually doesn't work. Just gently reminding yourself to come back to the breath. If you're struggling with self compassion today or just in general in life, maybe you notice that you're habitually pretty hard on yourself. See if you can remember a human or an animal who showed you love, who showed you kindness, who showed you compassion in the past. Maybe your life has been really, truly devoid, maybe absent of much compassion at all. And if that's the case, maybe imagine a particular tree or a mountain or the ocean or a spiritual figure that you could imagine being compassionate towards you. Imagine that this tree or this human or this spiritual being or this animal is in front of you. And imagine that they're looking at you, or if it's an object in nature, imagine that they're exuding tenderness, exuding kindness towards you, exuding a sense of it is hard to be a human and you are doing your best. And they're looking at you or receiving you with eyes or energy of care, of I care about you. Imagine that you can breathe in this sense of it's okay to be human. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have a bad day. Just breathe in the compassion. Imagine it coming into your heart and filling your heart. Maybe it has a color. Maybe it looks like sunlight. Breathe it into your being. And as you breathe out, imagine the compassion flowing to all the parts of you, all the parts that are wounded, all the parts that emotionally need tenderness, all the beliefs and thoughts in your mind that might be harsh or self critical. Imagine that you can breathe in the compassion of this being. And as you breathe out, it moves to every cell of your body, filling you with compassion, filling you with care. And we'll complete our time today with 3 ohms. In a moment, we'll breathe in together. And if you want to say the word Om out loud, feel the resonance of the sound in your body. And if you'd rather just imagine the sound, that's okay too. Breathing in. Oh. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Mm. Breathing in and feeling the energy of being in community together, and feeling a lot of gratitude for being able to sit and practice together or lay down, as the case may be. Yeah. And see if you can bring self compassion into the rest of your day. It's a tricky one. And just practice in little spurts. Notice when you're feeling self critical or feeling bad. One thing that I have a practice of is when I notice I'm feeling off or my mind is being harsh with myself or somebody else. I just put my hand on my heart and breathe in because I can't always I can't always boss my mind around. My mind has a mind of its own. It sort of does what it wants. But I figure that if I know that putting my hand on my heart means that some part of me knows that I deserve kindness and compassion, then even if my mind is being really self-critical, if I put my hand on my heart and I breathe in, I'm starting to change that patterning by little, you know, by bringing a little more kindness in. And sometimes it's only like, 1% of me that feels like I can be kind. Mhm. Still having some back problems, which is why I'm moving all over the place. Hurts to sit still for too long. Thanks for tolerating my movements. Hopefully it's not too distracting for anyone. Yeah, so we have some time.